There's something very significant about today. It was exactly 6 months ago that I was standing in front of you guys. December 3rd, 2024, and today happens to be June 3rd, 2025. I don't know why, but I guess that's by some design, right? And my for the nation, keeping the kids out of courtrooms and on the field. And I'll be the one to tell you firsthand about courtrooms because I work on both sides, right? Work behind those walls. But before that, last time I spoke, I didn't tell you about family. That's my family. That's my first. I'm a father to 4 girls and a boy. My first daughter is 20. She graduated with a bachelor's degree last fall, in international relations in Nigeria. Right. And my other girls are 17. She's graduating high school this year as well. And I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and my only son is 6. I sent him back home last December just to. She goes everywhere with me, and that was us running in the crazy cold of on Thanksgiving Day last year. So that's my family. These quotes resonate with me a lot, and it's by one of the men that I respect a lot, just like most of the guys that are here. Some of my mentors are here today, and it says by Tony Robbins. It says everything we do, it is either out of our need to avoid pain or our desire to gain pleasure. And the quotes reach very deep into what we do at Midas. We believe that with a little bit of guidance, a little bit of mentorship, a little bit of inspiration, we can guide young people, children, teenagers, and young adults on the path to purpose rather than pain, as it costs every one of us. And of course, a little bit about me. Again, 8 years work with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, and that's why I said I've been on both sides, working behind those walls. I've been a broadcaster since I was 19, broadcasting, and I have authored 2 books. Both of them are here. One is about, of course, the game I'm talking about, football, and the second is about my experience working behind those walls. The second book was released on April 1st this year. I've lived in 3 countries, my country, Nigeria, South Africa, where I thought I was going to immigrate to before, of course, in the United States now for a little bit over 12 years. That's a little bit about me. And I've traveled to a few of them, as you can see, regarding what I've said. In communities today, including our own here in Fort Bend County, there is a growing pipeline of kids from neighborhoods to courtrooms. All you have to do is to watch TV. I always say, put on your TV, watch 30 minutes of news on ABC or KHOU, whichever one that you like, and see the first 3 stories, what goes on there. You'll see a young man or young lady, in a very rare case, that has just done something silly and that is heading to prison. That's all you see, and that's definitely happening. We see kids falling through the cracks, ages 13, 14, and most of their vulnerability is peer pressure. They want to do what their friends are doing. They want to drive this big conveyor here. They want to buy the big cars without really going to use. With discipline, with mentorship, we can help them with that. But more importantly, the challenge we're having is not just a youth problem. It's a community problem. And it's costing every one of us. First and foremost, it's cost us emotionally, because when you know a child, or you see a child going to prison, or even if you're not the parent, you feel somehow for them. So that's the emotional part. Of course, socially, we are losing our young men, our young women to incarceration and trouble more than anything else, especially since the rise of COVID, right? Since after 2021, we've had more young people incarcerated than ever before. A lot of people are not paying attention to that because nobody's looking at that side of it. And more importantly, financially, they're costing us. TDCJ quoted on their budget that they maintain an inmate for $36,000 a year. That's a quote, $36,000 a year. That's what they said they spend on each inmate. And in the unit that I serve, that has about 1650 inmates, imagine how much that is by 36,000. So for us as an organization, we have a dream. Our dream is massive, very, very massive. But we are not silly enough to think that we can achieve it in a day or in a year or in 2 years. But that's our dream. Our dream is to have a facility, a 36-acre facility. Actually, we also said we want to do it in Richmond. We want to have it in Richmond. You can dream, right? Dream is what every one of us can have. So that's our dream right there. To have that facility where we can have kids come in, learn soccer, but beyond soccer, learn vocational education. vocational education, because not everybody can go to school. I was at the graduation yesterday at Dulles High School, and I was just looking at those kids like, what's next for these kids? But that's our grandest vision, for us to have a facility where those people can come and succeed, get soccer, sign a professional contract at 18, get professional vocational license, of course when they are 18 years old as well, to serve their community in different industry. This is what we are doing. This is our mission here, and we're already at it. The first one is crime prevention. We are going the route of crime prevention through mentorship, of course. We are partnering with schools and law enforcement. We have tomorrow, actually, I have a session with some kids here at the Fort Bend County that we're going to be teaching them soccer for like an hour and mentorship for another hour. We're launching mentorship programs that we hope helps them for the rest of their life. Family and community support, of course, is one of the things we also do. Doing workshops for parents, letting them understand that, okay, beyond soccer, what else can you do? My son doesn't want to play soccer, he wants to play American football. I call it that because that's what I know it as, right? What can we do? We work beyond the game that we do to say, okay, we provide for other kids as well. So that's our plan for the next 5 years. But of course, we know that we cannot do it by ourselves. We know that we need the support of the community, we need partnership, and there are many ways you can help us. Yes, money is very, very important. That's one of the main reasons how we can build the facility I showed you earlier. 36 acres of land is very expensive today, but we know that we can start little. You can recommend us for grants. That's one of the fastest ways. There are many grants that as an organization, we are not aware they exist. When you know about them, you can mention them to us. You can, of course, donate as much as you can. This room is filled with rich folks in business. That's my belief, just like my brother Joshi said earlier. And of course, more importantly, you can share our mission. You can tell them about what I've shared with you this morning that Midas intend to do or that we are doing. That's one of the biggest ways that you can support us. So we need your support. Remember this picture, some of you had a little bit of support. You had the support for us about on May 10th. We took the kids to the Dynamo games. Those are the pictures there. The kids went to Dynamo. It was really, really an atmosphere of fun for them. But those are the ways you can support us. And also on your table, there's a brochure about the organization that says the things I didn't have enough time to share with you there. It carries all of the information about. I'm willing to answer, but that's my time today.